First of all, I would just like to say what's on everybody's mind. Why was this movie made? Believe me, I can't give you a straight answer because I have no friggin' idea how this movie was made. The only thing I can say is, wow, what a missed opportunity this was. And of course, when Adam Sandler becomes involved with the project, it has to become filled with Happy Madison moronic jokes and twists. Also, why the hell was Peter Dinklage in this movie? Honestly, how much money did they have to pay Peter Dinklage to get in this movie? Like, seriously, how much? This movie was not just a missed opportunity, but it was also a pretty bad movie. And in order to explain its flaws, I pretty much have to talk about the plot of the movie, so here's your warning for spoilers. However, if you do plan on seeing this movie, this may help you understand the movie a little bit more, and possibly give you some unintentional laughs, which this movie did not provide for me at all. Also, I don't know any of the characters' names in this movie because I completely forgot and I'm too lazy to look at IMDb because I just do not want to see those ratings again to remind me why I saw this movie in the first place. So for the meantime, I'm just going to call them by their actor names. So Adam Sandler and Kevin James as kids decide to go to the local arcade to play some video games. But Kevin James decides, wait, I need some money. Let me steal money from my sister's lemonade stand. What a douchebag. And I get it that they were trying to get some laughs out of the audience, but trust me, nobody in the audience was laughing until at least 13 minutes into the movie. So the two wild kids go down to the arcade and play some video games when they come across a very creepy childish Josh Gad, who for some creepy reason is overly obsessed with this video game character named Lady Lisa. And believe me guys, you're going to want to remember that name because there's going to be one major plot twist at the end of the movie with that later. So yeah, they become friends, blah blah blah, no one cares. And then a child Peter Dinklage comes into the movie all of a sudden to play Adam Sandler in a video game tournament. The final game is Donkey Kong, and after, I want to say 20-some levels of playing, Adam Sandler ends up losing by like 100 points. What a coincidence. So Peter Dinklage gets all the glory. He has these two really hot chicks around him for some reason. I mean, he's a kid. Like, where's his parents? Like, why are they there? Shouldn't he be supervised more? I get it, it's a Happy Madison production. You're supposed to turn off your brain. Well, too bad, because I like to think and criticize movies. So Kevin James is the President of the United States. Wow. Oh yeah, and Kevin James in this movie. He was in Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 earlier this year, which might have been slightly worse than this, but trust me, this was still pretty bad. And Adam Sandler is a part of this company called Nerd, which he just uses to repair electronics and stuff. You know, no one cares. So Adam Sandler goes to a customer's house, and this kid answers the door. This kid starts talking about how his parents are getting divorced and how his dad left his mom for a 19-year-old girl. Classy Happy Madison joke there, people. And then the woman comes and she's like, don't tell this random man about my life, which I agree with. How random is it? Like, what if you were to go to this house, and you were working for Comcast or something, and then this kid just randomly starts talking about, yeah, my mom, she cheated on my dad for, like, a 15-year-old boy or whatever. Happy Madison joke, people. So then after repairing the TV, he finds the woman upstairs in a closet crying because she's sad and stuff about her husband and all, and that part really isn't that important. Guam is under attack by the Pixel Men. During this attack, everything turns into pixels. Like, everything. It's a pixel orgy. And I will admit that the special effects in this movie were actually pretty decent, which is a shame considering that the rest of the movie pretty much falls flat on its face and can't even recover from its own mistakes. And then eventually, one of the military guards gets captured by the aliens. And that's it. So Adam Sandler is driving to the White House because Kevin James told him to, and then this woman that he just met is following him to the White House. And it turns out that the woman actually works at the White House for something. Can't remember the reason, but she's important, trust me. Then Kevin James tells Adam Sandler to listen to this audio feed that he got, and it sounds an awful lot like Gallica. Ooh. So then Adam Sandler interrupts the Kevin James board meeting and he gets kicked out for saying that We're under attack by video games. And no one believes him. So Adam Sandler is on the way home when he suddenly gets attacked from the back of his van by Josh Gad. I think he was about to roofie him or something. So Adam Sandler stops the car and screams at Josh Gad, "Why are you following me? Are you trying to drug me?" And then Olaf the Snowman just goes, "No, I'm just trying to roofie you." Then Adam Sandler goes, "Alright." So then they go back to Josh Gad's house where Josh Gad has the shrine of Lady Lisa. Someone needs a restraining order. Oh wait, Adam Sandler makes that joke. Silly me. And then Josh Gad explains that they are being attacked by aliens who intercepted a rocket which held video games inside of it. And then they used these video games thinking that they were a declaration of war and turned them into their own personal weapons. What a stupid twist. And also a convenient one. And I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but it turns out that whoever won that Donkey Kong tournament at the end got their prize sent up into space. Like, why is that a grand prize? Like, where's the money? Where's the iTunes gift cards? Give me something else besides sending my, winning tournament up into space. But Adam Sandler believes this, and he takes the information with Josh Gad back to Kevin James, and then Kevin James is like, "Okay, yeah, I could see that there is no problem here, and you're definitely high on something." Then we cut to India, and there's this guy proposing to this girl, and then the Taj Mahal suddenly gets attacked by Pawn, whatever that video game is called. It doesn't matter. The movie's called Pixels. What are you expecting? And then the guy gets sucked up into the mothership. Oh no, that character that we were supposed to care about because he was proposing to his girlfriend suddenly got sucked up. Oh no. Then Kevin James is like, "Okay, yeah, I could see we got a problem here, so let's do something about it." And then they somehow find out that the next attack is going to take place in London. So then the American and British Army team up to go to London, and they have to clear this space in a park. And then the British guy questions why they're all there, and the British guy simply says, "We're shooting a Bic commercial." Why was that supposed to be funny? Oh yeah, I keep forgetting this is Happy Madison. So then London gets attacked, and oh no, the army is losing. Looks like it's up to the nerds to save the day. So Adam Sandler and Josh Gad grab these light rifle cannon things, and they start shooting centipedes. However, one of the centipedes manages to break away from the field. We're supposed to believe that none of the other ones actually did, considering there were probably at least a couple dozen of these other centipedes. And Adam Sandler chases it into this apartment complex. And then one of the centipedes actually starts dancing with this old lady, who's dancing to the tune of some fitness video, and the old lady somehow doesn't notice that there's a giant pixelated monster right behind her that crashed through her wall. Oh wait, Happy Madison. We're not supposed to think about this stuff. But then Adam Sandler manages to chase it out of the building and shoots it and ends up destroying/killing it. And also, I forgot to mention one other thing. Apparently, the aliens are treating this as a live-based thing, meaning that Earth has 3 chances to defeat them, otherwise they will destroy their world. And apparently, since they have lost twice already, they're down to their last life. So the reason why that they're taking these people is because they're keeping them as trophies. But since Adam Sandler and his nerd friend were able to defeat the aliens, they managed to get a trophy from the aliens of the Duck Hunt dog from Duck Hunt. And they could have done something funny here, but they chose not to. All the Duck Hunt dog did was laugh at this old lady, and the old lady doesn't even look like she knows he's there. And that's all we see of the Duck Hunt dog. Now may I remind you, spoiler alert, that they managed to defeat the aliens a second time, getting a more interesting character that they use a lot more throughout the film, and I'm being sarcastic about all of this. Trust me, you're gonna want to wish they kept the Duck Hunt dog instead of this next trophy that they win. I guess they couldn't get the rights to own him for more than 30 seconds. So then Kevin James and Adam Sandler try to break Peter Dinklage out of jail with diplomatic means, and Peter Dinklage says that he will help them fight the aliens as long as he could get Serena Williams and Martha Stewart into the Lincoln bedroom with him. And then he says something about him sandwiching himself between the two. Yeah, we all know that's a classy joke from Happy Madison. Then he tries saying that he wants an island, but Kevin James pretty much denies everything, until he comes to the revelation that they really somehow need Peter Dinklage to help them. So they decide he could pick one of the two women to hold hands with throughout a ceremony of some sort, and then Peter Dinklage accepts because he knows he needs money for this movie, since Game of Thrones hasn't given him enough already. Let the shameful cameos begin! Toru Iwatani, who was the creator of Pac-Man, decides to join Adam Sandler, Josh Gad, and Peter Dinklage in these ghost cars to help fight Pac-Man. But then Iwatani is like, no, Pac-Man isn't my son. And yeah, they do that. He decides to talk with Pac-Man, and I can't believe he would be that stupid to do it. And Pac-Man ends up biting his arm off, or maybe half an arm, and the half arm pixelates and just disintegrates off of his remaining part of the arm. But yeah, they managed to defeat Pac-Man anyway. But wait, there's a twist. Peter Dinklage could somehow teleport his car from street to street using a cheat code. Now, considering that this might be a cool idea, how the hell could you do that? People could see that you're teleporting your car from street to street in order to defeat Pac-Man. But either way, he manages to drown his own car, so Adam Sandler has to finish the fight with Pac-Man. And Pac-Man gets the dot where it turns all of the ghosts blue, and he gets 10 seconds to eat the ghosts. So Adam Sandler drives 10 floors up a parkade, and slams on the reverse in order to escape the parkade, and right as the car turns back to its normal color, Pac-Man bites right onto the car and oh, he disintegrates himself. What a rushed defeat that was. So as their prize for winning a second time, they get Q*bert. Q*bert pretty much becomes the only possible source of humor throughout the rest of the film. So Adam Sandler, after, defeating Pac-Man, decides to ask the woman customer out on a date because her son told him to, but that doesn't matter because we have to cut to a presidential party in Washington, D.C., where Peter Dinklage holds hands with Serena Williams, and Serena Williams clearly does not want to be there. And I don't care if this is scripted or not, and if Serena Williams was told to do that, you could tell she really didn't want to be there. Like, yeah, I'm just here to collect my money so I could go back to play tennis for a while. And then Serena Williams leaves Peter Dinklage after making sexual comments. Peter Dinklage is like, you know what? Martha Stewart would have at least made me a sandwich. Meh. The kid finds out that Peter Dinklage was using cheat codes. And then the aliens come back using their 80s technology to communicate. Yeah, I forgot to mention that part too, probably because of its stupidity. And they say that Earth will be annihilated in 12 hours because they cheated while defeating Pac-Man. So they take the kid as their own trophy, and then begins the third and final rushed act. Peter Dinklage leaves. The rest of the nerds have a pep talk. The woman customer decides to join them, and we can't do anything else because we gotta really rush the third act, guys. Come on, there's a cool fight scene coming up. And just as the fight scene begins, Kevin James somehow manages to escape his guards from entering a bunker and opens up his suit and tie to reveal that he has the same costume on as the other nerds. How did you manage to do that? I really need to keep reminding myself who this movie was made by. It would have been really cool to see just a brief scene of him escaping the guards in some goofy way. I mean, like in a classy Kevin James manner. And it could have added a little bit of a plus side to the movie. They could have done more with that. But no, they decided not to because nobody just wants to be here. They just want their paycheck. So then they all decide to split up. Kevin James, Adam Sandler, and the girl will go up to the mothership in order to fight the final boss? What the hell? Yeah, so this AI suddenly appears out of nowhere and tells them that the final boss is waiting for them. How friggin' convenient is that? They rush this final act so much that they're just like, you know what, we're just gonna throw in that there's a final boss. I mean, there's millions of his minions spewing out of the mothership at the same time, which, by the way, is in the form of a Galactus ship. Oh boy, more video game references. But seriously, they did not allude to this at all, that there was one final boss, which I can see in some sort of way, but man, did they rush that. That literally came out of nowhere. So Josh Gad ventures off on his own while the other three decide to go onto the ship in order to save the boy. And then when they enter the ship, oh no, the final boss is Donkey Kong. But that's the game that Adam Sandler's bad at. He can't do this by himself. Yeah, they're gonna struggle on Donkey Kong for a while, nobody cares. Then Josh Gad is seen fighting these little ninjas attacking a school bus, which he does manage to defeat. But then this one creature comes out of nowhere and takes the form of Lady Lisa, the video game character he was obsessed with throughout the entire course of the movie. No one saw that coming! Lady Lisa, unlike all of the other pixelated characters, is not pixelated. They made her look like a regular human being. Doesn't matter because she has to fight Josh Gad, and oh my god, he manages to convince her not to fight him. He goes like, please, you were the love of my life, Lisa. Don't do this. And then she drops her swords and just stops fighting him. Are these pixelated characters even supposed to have consciousness? What? What a stupid plot twist. Oh yeah, and Peter Dinklage comes back because he needs a little bit more money from this movie. So Adam Sandler and the crew are having trouble fighting Donkey Kong when the little kid suddenly says, Peter Dinklage cheated! You were the real champion of the world! And then Adam Sandler goes, so I am the Donkey Kong champion. And the little kid just goes, that's pretty much what I just said. So Adam Sandler suddenly gets the courage to fight Donkey Kong, grabs a hammer out of nowhere, and manages to chuck the hammer at least 40-50 feet at Donkey Kong in order to disintegrate him into many pixels. The physics of these pixels are never actually explained throughout the course of the film. We're just expected to follow along with it and not question it whatsoever. Is the hammer completely weightless? Does it have weight like an actual hammer? No one knows because nobody actually questions it. Again, that would have been a little cool to, show a little bit more. But they decided to be the money-grabbing whores that they are and decided not to. Because what smart people are going to see this movie, am I right? But anyway, of course they end up saving the day, and Josh Gad is still very upset about Lady Lisa. But wait, Q*bert is here to save the day, and he... Oh my god. Q*bert turns into Lady Lisa. What?! Not only is this really stupid, it's also really No, that is the final nail in the coffin. This review is over. There's really nothing else much that happens with this movie. There might be one more extra scene, but by that time I was already rushed and out of the theater. All in all, Pixels is a pretty horrible film. Not only was it one major missed opportunity, but Adam Sandler and his crew decided to just completely muck the whole thing up. If you want to see humor that's just about as appealing as a slab of meat underneath your refrigerator, then please be my guest and go see this movie. But overall, it's just complete crap. If there is a Pixels 2, I might have to cry myself to sleep. Thank you for listening, and please go see this movie at your own will. Thank you.